tough times never last, but tough people do. So I don't give up so
Mhm.
easily on life and on everything that whether it's a match in badminton or whether it's a phase in the life.
From the Garden State, New Jersey, from one mom to another, it's time for Mom's Talk. Here's Avni.
Welcome, Supermoms, to Mom's Talk. I am Avni, your show host, and our today's Supermom guest is an ex-international badminton player. She's also a badminton coach. Welcoming Palkan Nagori Dave. Lovely to have you on the
I
show, Palkan.
Thanks a lot for having me. It's such a privilege to talk to you, especially when the show is all about the moms. It gives me a great high to, you know, talk about it.
Absolutely, absolutely, Palkan. So you've played nationally and internationally, Palkan. It requires a lot of effort, lot of discipline. What age did you start all these things?
It was actually not me. It was my late father's dream to, he saw a dream that, I want my child to become a good badminton player. So like from 5 plus, he used to, take me for the jogging and then train me. Besides my bungalow, he made a special badminton court or open court, cemented,
Uh-huh.
and he used to train me after my jogging gets over. He used to give me practice over there. So till 8 years old, he was the person who was behind the entire thing, for my making whoever I am today is just because of my father. And obviously, my mother took care of my diet and rest and everything else. So it was my parents' dream, that I could start my career.
Was he an athlete too? Was he a badminton player too?
He was an athlete. He was a cricket player and table tennis player, everything he used to play. But he
Hmm.
started badminton very late. But when he started, he was so addicted to the game that he wanted to excel in it. So he started somewhere around 32, 33, and he became a very good player after that. So he started participating in veterans tournament and all. So, even
Hmm.
after starting so late, he was able to play so well with great, you feel like he's so talented. But it was all, I should say that in genes, because all my uncles also used to play badminton and cricket and table tennis. So, yeah, it's a kind of a sports family I'm from, basically.
Oh, lovely, lovely. So I actually wanted to ask you this, at that age when we are very young, there's a lot of focus which goes on studies. So being an athlete takes a lot of your time and discipline as well, as I said before. So how did you come up? How did you maintain that balance where you have to practice so much regularly and then taking care of the studies, doing that in the parallel? How did that all go?
First of all, I would really only emphasize on the, you know, era or time when I played badminton and when I started. I was the only girl child. I was the only daughter of, and being a girl child, a lot of people thought that, girls should not be encouraged in sports so much. They have to, after all, look after the house, the husband, and, household things and all, so they
Mhm.
should be trained that way and all. So me taking a leap and taking a badminton as a career was a big surprise to so many people. But because my father was very determined, and he was like, whatever it is, like what, I will make sure that she plays at a very good level. So
Mhm.
it takes a lot when the society is not accepting, and it is your parents, or you should have that kind of support system wherein an athlete grows, or
Mhm.
athlete can fulfill their dreams and chase after their dreams of becoming a great player or something, whoever they want to be in the sports career. So first and foremost, we need a lot of support and good
Mhm.
ecosystem wherein, the athletes are taken care of all the factors they need to be a good player and all. So, secondly, obviously, it's upon the kid or the person that I will talk about myself. So once I started coaching and I started winning the tournaments. Like I took my first title when I was 9 years old, under
Mm-hmm.
12 state champion. So from there I never looked back, because I started winning all the state titles, and it was like it started getting on me, like getting so addicted, and then I
Mm-hmm.
wanted from like from inside, like I wanted to be a very good player, fair in the nationals, perform at a good level. So it is all about how you start, where you need a right coaching, right coaches, and a right
Mm-hmm.
ecosystem. And then once you start getting the grip of the game, you start winning the tournaments. That gives you the great boost, to
Mm-hmm.
work harder and perform at the bigger levels.
So did it affect your schooling? Because you were आपको स्कूल भी जाना पड़ता था, प्रैक्टिस
Yeah.
भी करनी पड़ती थी, रोज करनी पड़ती थी, तो वो
So
कैसे
I
मैनेज
use
किया आपने?
I used to be a very good student, because from childhood I was a very obedient child, and uh, my main focus was always on the studies and game. So
Mm-hmm.
there was no third thing in my life. It has never been. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people, they ask me that you're you know being a Gujarati girl, how come you are never seen in the garba and everything, parties and all. But I would say that my father made it very clear that if you want to play Garba, then how will you reach the ground on 5 o'clock? You know,
Mm-hmm.
morning 5 o'clock, I have to hit the grounds for my training. So he was very clear that you have to choose that if you want to party and do the stuff, or you want to play badminton and make a career of that. So I chose the later, and studies was like I had a very good school. I was going into the central board, and teachers were supportive,
Mm-hmm.
and I was very sincere, I would say, in the studies. So
Mm-hmm.
I used to rank in top five. Like I
Mm-hmm.
used to score above 90-95% always. And yeah, so my mom and dad both were happy that I I was able to manage somehow.
Mm-hmm.
you know it was not easy, but
Mm-hmm.
I loved the game so much, and because of that, I used to study well and get the good marks, because I was obsessed with my marks also. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I need a very good from the teachers, and I used to show entire family that I got a very good guy. That kind of kid I was. Like, I wanted to excel in whatever I do. Until
Mm-hmm.
now also, that feeling is always there, that whatever I do, even if I prepare something, a good dish or something, it should be tasting good,
It should be
that
good.
way.
It should be perfect.
Yeah. I would like to tell you that my dad, no, मेरे पापा ने कभी praise ही नहीं किया. And that he used to get nervous in my matches, so he never watched my matches. But secondly, if मैंने बोला कि आज मैंने ground 400 meters का ground था cricket का, मैंने आज उसके 15 राउंड मारे, तो बोले सिर्फ 15, तो यू शुड रन 20 एटलीस्ट, टू प्ले वेल.
Mm-hmm.
तो जिस दिन मैंने 20 कंप्लीट किया, आई वाज लाइक सो हैप्पी दैट माय डैड वुड प्रेज मी एंड वुड अप्रिशिएट. एंड सो आई वेंट रनिंग, एंड मैंने बोला, पापा मैंने 20 राउंड कंप्लीट कर दिए क्रिकेट ग्राउंड पे. Okay, 20 तो ठीक है, but you should try for 25. So he was never satisfied with my performances. He never
Mm-hmm.
appreciated or nothing. But he always, gave me bigger targets, that, if you win this, that's better, and that way. So that
Did
kept
you
me
ever
going.
feel did you ever feel discouraged when he did something like that, or that is something that made you do more?
I was like too young and too immature to understand also that why is he doing that. But then I thought that maybe he was my biggest well wisher, and there can be no other well wisher than him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And, but so I always took it that way कि इसमें भी कुछ अच्छा होगा. and
Mm-hmm.
maybe he wants me to work harder. That is, I have that is has been my what you say, the principle of the life, to work hard in
Mm-hmm.
everything, whatever I do, and achieve the best. तो वो एक like childhood से ही ये factor मेरे में instill कर दिया था उन्होंने, that
Uh-huh.
because the game was tough, players were tough, competition बहुत था, and again, I would say, for a girl to take up that kind of career was a very big challenge at that time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. तो ये तो आपकी बचपन की बात हो गई. उसके बाद में आपकी शादी हुई. So how did that bring a change in your career as an athlete?
So I retired when I was at the top of my career. Like after getting married, I thought that there are a lot of responsibilities which needs to be taken care of, and also, it was not possible to train as much as I used to before marriage, because before marriage there was a complete ecosystem of how to raise an athlete, a good
Mm-hmm.
athlete. So the support system, the environment, everything was very different. And when I got married, I married in a family where they gave more importance to the academics and stuff. तो वहाँ पे पढ़ाई और
Mm-hmm.
वगैरह की ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंस थी. Everybody was very highly educated. So yeah, sports का समझना और एथलीट का समझना उनके लिए डिफिकल्ट था. But then I thought that I would like to focus and you know learn things about which is required to run the house and take care of the family and all. तो वो मैंने कभी पहले नहीं किया था. पहले I was the center of the like
Yeah.
world for my parents, and they used to take care of me. Now I got married and I understood that this is now my world and I have to take care of them. So entire scenario changed. I've
Mm-hmm.
never done cooking, and मुझे कुछ ingredients का भी नहीं पता था कि kitchen में क्या होता है क्या नहीं, and what goes into the house, because half of the time I was out of home, like 6 to 8 months I was traveling and I was playing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I was not much into that. But when
Did
I
you know
came,
about it before that the family was more focused towards education? Did they know about your career before you got married?
yeah, everything was right in front of everybody, because I was very, very famous in Gujarat, where I used to represent Gujarat, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
nationals and all. So every day there were headlines in the papers, so people know me quite well. And yes, we like I told my husband, my mother-in-law, and everybody. My father had said that she's a player and everything. So yeah, but it like you have to be into sports to understand an athlete. Otherwise,
That's
it
true.
is very
Mm-hmm.
difficult for a normal person to understand what goes after the sports person, making of a
Mm-hmm.
sports person. So वो difference था.
Mm-hmm.
मतलब सब लोग टीवी में देखते हैं कि सब लोग को पता होता है ऐसा है ऐसा है, बट they don't know that what goes into the making of कितना मतलब sacrifice होता है, कितना dedication होता है, कितना discipline रखना पड़ता है to reach at those
Mm-hmm.
levels and play at those levels. Because it is not about one day. It is entire
Mm-hmm.
365 days, and you have to
True.
consistently go through that monotonous routines, and it is, believe me, it is very, very tough. It's not that
Mm-hmm.
easy to follow the same trainings and play the tournament. You get tired of that, but ऐसा था. So शादी के बाद it was not possible that I train so much, and along with that a lot of responsibilities of the house and everything, like. So I
So
left.
did you play
I
any
left.
games after your marriage? Did you play any
No,
games after your
I
marriage?
left. I
You.
left the sport only. I
Mm-hmm.
left the sport after marriage because it was not possible. So I didn't play any tournament as well. Uh, yeah, मैं
How
नहीं
did you
खेल
cope up
पाई.
with that, Palkan? It's not easy, right? You, as you said, it goes. There's so
है.
much that goes into being an athlete, 365 days आपको disciplined
Yeah.
रहना पड़ता है, so much of it,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
suddenly there's nothing, and then you're literally entering into a different world of your own where you have to learn new things. कैसा रहा वो journey, that
So,
entire period? How was it like?
yeah, I used to miss a lot. मतलब मैं बहुत मिस करती थी खेलना वगैरह. But my mom said that whatever phase you are in your life, you have to वो अच्छे से निभाना है. जो भी phase मतलब हो और जो भी आप कर रहे हो, जो भी काम कर रहे हो, उसको अच्छे से निभाना है. So at that time, I was newly married, so I was definitely, I wanted that it should create a good environment, and they should there should be a good acceptance, and like I should know the things that what goes into the running the house and everything, taking care of everyone. So मेरे लिए बहुत नया था, तो मैं उसमें I got involved it so much that this became very secondary, and I मतलब I didn't had any hopes that I would start playing again or something like that. तो छोड़ ही दिया, उम्मीद ही छोड़ दी थी, and I got focused more towards that कि मुझे ये कुकिंग सीखना है, मुझे ये सीखना है, मुझे वो करना है, मुझे ये भी सीखना है, because I know that I was not good at it, and I never knew. तो मेरे लिए
Mm-hmm.
ABCD से वो स्टार्ट करना था, and it took me some time to get
Mm-hmm.
into that kind of environment and do the things. It was not easy at all. बहुत मुश्किल था, 1.5-2 साल तो it was very very tough for me to adjust and everything. But sports person never give up, and मेरा तो ये है कि tough times never last, but tough people do. So I don't give up so
Mm-hmm.
easily on life and on everything. That whether it's a match in badminton or whether it's a phase in the life, I
Mm-hmm.
fight back and I stand up.
तो फिर ये कोचिंग का चैप्टर कैसे शुरू हुआ? You got back to it, which is a good thing.
No, so we got shifted to Bombay. My husband, got transferred to Bombay from his job. So we set. My son was just 4 months old, and we shifted to Bombay from Ahmedabad. तो मेरा लड़का जब 3 साल का हुआ, so he was my father. When we used to come for the vacations to Ahmedabad, so he used to take him to the courts and teach him badminton. मेरे पापा उसको भी सिखाने लगे. So he was like so, and my son was so like, he was loved by everyone in the family because he was the first child and he was so cute and everything. तो 3 साल की उम्र से मेरे पापा उसके पीछे लग गए थे. Then when we came back to Bombay, तो my husband took the membership of the nearby club. And then, when my son was 4 years old, I got pregnant again with the twin daughters.
All
So that was
right.
that was a very complicated pregnancy and very, very tough days. I would wish nobody sees those kind of days, what I have seen in my second pregnancy with the twin daughters and all. And मेरे उनके birth के बाद 2.5 साल बहुत, it was very, very bad, and very tough and very stressed thing. But just when you see your child, nothing makes you more happy than seeing their cute faces and happy faces. You just forget everything. Definitely that affects a lot, in every aspect of your health and otherwise also. But yeah, uh, that thing kept me going, that I want to take care of them, and they should grow well. So 2.5 साल के हुए ना वो लोग, तो my, just as I said, my husband took the membership of the nearby club, and uh, he told me that why don't you take our son there and make him play badminton. So that's how it started, that I used to carry my daughters as well, and then I used to teach him for an hour, and we used to come back, and that's where
So
the
you
people
used to
saw
teach
me.
him. You used to teach him
Yeah,
badminton.
yeah. I was his coach till he was, I think, till he was 9 or 10 years old,
All
I
right.
was training. So that's how I became the coach. As a mother, I used to train him, and then the people saw me that, the way you teach and everything is very good. And of course, in college days, I used to
Mhm.
help my coach. I used to be his assistant coach and train the
Okay.
kids. Yeah, in my college days. So that has
All
always
right.
been my passion. And when I went to London for the further training and all, there also I imparted some coaching over local kids and all. So coaching has always been my passion. So I
Mhm.
love to train kids and all. So yeah, that's how it started.
Lovely. So now you are a badminton coach. So you
Yeah,
are back with badminton. So that's good to
yeah.
know. What would be your message for the mothers?
I mean, you should always look out for your passion, follow your dreams, and excel in whatever you do. Never give up. Whether there are a lot of tough phases in our life, and we just break down so badly. But sportsman is all about rising up after the failures. That is what I believe. That sports teaches you how to rise from your failures. And yeah, I would tell them to just be yourself and love yourself so much that
Mhm.
it creates such beautiful vibes, and people get uh, people, they always look up to you as an inspiration. That is what I have believed in. That
Mhm.
I don't want to preach my children that do this, do that. I will do that thing and they will follow me. I always want to be an idol for my kids, and otherwise also that people should look up to me as an inspiration in whatever I do.
Mhm. Lovely, lovely, Palkan. One last thing. um, you've been trained so well. आपके इतने अच्छे coaches रहे हैं. आपके dad ने भी आपको train किया है. Now you are a coach to many, many kids, making their future bright in this particular sport. What are few of the things that you teach them, or what are few of the things that you have learned from your dad and your coaches?
So मैं सिर्फ बच्चों को नहीं ट्रेन कर रही. I train housewives also who wants to take up the badminton. So I
Ah,
started this initiative.
nice.
Yeah, I
Lovely,
started this
lovely.
initiative, that people, the women who wants to, play or learn the game of badminton,
Mm-hmm.
I train them. So along with the kids, I started ladies training also, ladies coaching also. And yeah, what my coach used to tell me that, you have to create that kind of comfort level. You have to have that knowledge that who is capable of what, You cannot
Mm-hmm.
give same kind of training to everyone because everyone has their different capabilities
Mm-hmm.
to play, to perform. So for my whenever I coach somebody, I make sure that they are very comfortable. They are bonded with me. They can they can tell me anything that we are not able to play this or we are not able to do this, and I can correct them in that way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, coaching is for me is all about making players perform very well, and they should be happy at the end of the day
Mm-hmm.
that they had good session. There should be a smile on their face while playing. I make sure of that because whenever I play, I put a smile on my face. So I tell them not to take so much pressure and enjoy the game. Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. I think, that is one of the things that you are understanding them before coaching them. And I think that is helping you, understanding them is what is helping you bring out their strengths. So
Yeah.
beautifully done, Palkan. That's great. It's even great to hear that you're teaching all the housewives and the
Yeah.
mothers, ladies too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lovely. What a wonderful conversation we had today, Palkan. I absolutely enjoyed it. Thank you so much for coming.
Most welcome. Thank you so much, Avni, for having me.